one of the questions I'm asked all the time is, does counselling actually work? And whenever someone asks me that, I always think to my own first counselling experiences. And if you would have asked me then, I'd honestly don't know what I would have said, because at that point in my life, I felt like a ship caught in a storm without a sail. I wasn't drifting, I was sinking. I dropped what felt like a bomb in my own life, and if I'm honest, I had absolutely no idea why I'd done it, and it was terrifying. I thought counselling would give me answers. I thought counselling was going to explain why I'd done what I'd done. I thought they'd tell me what was wrong with me. I thought they're going to fix me, tell me what to do, tell me to fix it, I want to feel better. And you know what, they didn't. And I remember leaving those first sessions just feeling overwhelmed, feeling hopeless, feeling terrified. And part of me wondered if counselling was doing anything at all. Looking back now, I do realise something was going on. It was like in those really small increments, but something was happening. My counsellor didn't rescue me from the storm. They just started helping me understand the storm that was in. And then slowly I started noticing things. You know, what was the reason I was reacting so strongly or not reacting in certain situations? Why was this person having such an impact on me? And why was I allowing that? Why did I keep repeating this again and again? And we'd explore, and then I would leave, think about them, notice things during the week, try responding differently. Some it worked, some it didn't. And then we'd talk about that. And I'd often think about that boat that I was in. You know, when I first came to counselling, that water just pouring in. And I just wanted that counsellor to get me out of there, pull me out onto that lifeboat. And instead, what happened was they helped me start patching holes, reducing that water coming in, you know, one hole at a time, one session at a time. Because the storm didn't disappear, but eventually the water stopped. And something happened that I didn't recognise until much later. That genuine care my counsellor showed me started to grow inside me week after week. They were curious about me. They wanted to understand me, not judge me. Just understand me. And somewhere along the way, that curiosity became my own. And instead of asking what's wrong with me? I found myself asking, I wonder why I react like that. What do I need right now? What kind of life do I want? And the genuine interest my counsellor took in understanding me slowly became the interest I began taking in understanding myself. And I think that's where counselling really started working for me. Not because somebody fixed me, but because I slowly stopped seeing myself as something that needed fixing. I started understanding myself, looking after myself, making choices that were kinder to me. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I felt like I had my hands back on that wheel, not because the sea had become calm, but because I finally believed I could learn to navigate it. So does counselling work? For me, yeah. Not because it removed every storm, because life still has storms, but because it changed the relationship I had with myself. And when that relationship changed, everything else slowly began to change too. And if you're thinking about counselling, please don't expect your counsellor to have all the answers, because mine certainly didn't. What they gave me was something much more valuable, a relationship where I felt understood, and over time, that way of relating became the way I related to myself. And if you're feeling like you're in a storm right now, I hope that this gives you some hope. You don't have to navigate it on your own. Thanks for watching. Next time, I'd like to answer another question I hear all the time. How do I know if I'm the right counsellor? See you then.